And we're back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. OSA Octane Simracing Australia, round 2 from nurburgring. Last week's race from Suzuka in Japan, and we're over in Germany. Running the GP circuit. 10 brave souls tonight, ready to duke it out for an hour non-stop. There is no pit requirement tonight, so tyre management will be key to gain the best possible result. As you can see, we're just finishing up free practice. Times are close. We've got a heavy braking zone into the first turn, so we're going to be watching that with keen interest. See if there's any carnage there. I doubt it. The boys are ready for the hour, and I'm sure they'll all be on their best behaviour. We've got a few drivers missing tonight due to family commitments. So have a good night, fellas, and we will see you at Imola. With a little over 2 minutes to go in the free practice, we're going to head into 15-minute quali session, and I would expect a low 55 is going to take pole, but as you can see, there's a couple of fellas right there. Could be anybody's pole position and anyone's race. A lot can happen in an hour, especially with no pit stop. So yes, we'll all be watching with keen interest to see how these boys go. They put on an absolute show last week at Suzuka, so I'm hoping for the same again, and I am sure they will deliver. See all the cars lined up in pit lane there. We've just got a couple out on track, just finishing off their free practice session. We'll see what kind of lap times they can pull in quali. Great weather, optimum track, sunny conditions, 24 ambient, 32 track. Couldn't ask for much better. So that should produce some very good racing once again. 30 seconds left in the free practice. We'll get into the quali session and see who can win pole. And that's that for free practice. So yeah, their quali setups, they'll have minimal fuel, probably a little bit more camber, and a little bit higher tyre pressure to get them tyres up as quick as possible. In 15 minutes, you could probably squeeze in 7 to 8 lap quali run if you do it all at once. Some guys like to go out, hit it, come back in the pits, take a breath, and then go again. But we'll see who does what and how it all pans out very, very shortly.
lane. Give us all you can.
There we go. Quali started and the boys are out of the pits. Boom, bang. Looks like Max first out on track. Couple of guys hanging back in the pits just to give themselves a bit of a buffer. Probably a couple of last minute changes here or there possibly, you never know. As I said before, probably going to be a mid to low 55, I would say. A bit of sandbagging going on in practice, I reckon, but you never know. Mac on screen here right now in the McLaren, simply Mac. Love it. He's driving a car named after himself. He's about to set off on his first hot lap. A bit of a favourite for this race in the free practice chat amongst the drivers. So see if he can soak up that pressure and grab himself a pole position. Down into Dunlop Curve, I believe it's called. And heading up into the Schumacher S's. See how he handles this. No, this is Dunlop Curve, sorry. Wrong part of the track. Don't mind me. Now we're heading into the Schumacher S's. Into the final chicane. Tricky. That's going to be the place where the lap is won and lost, I'd say. Through he goes. Seems to have a clean run through there. Runs a little wide on entry, but what's he got for his first lap? 1:56.2. Here we go. Binger straight away. He was close behind him. Goes 55.6. Scotty Sniper. Excuse me. The boss. Boss bolts himself into second, half a second down. They've got plenty of time to improve. I'm sure their tyres are not quite up to temperature or pressure. As we watch Scotty here. Up across the top of the hill. Run down the back straight into the final chicane. Looks nice through there. Let's see where this puts him. Up to 7th. Being a 55.4. Beautiful lap. Does anybody have an answer for that lap? We're on watching the boss here. Let's see what he's got. He's pretty quick in practice. Oh, improves and is only 0.192, roughly 1/10 of a second off Binger. GT, we're on watching GT here, coming up the hill through the Schumacher S's, across the top. Running his hometown McLaren, South Australia. Heads into the final chicane. Through there, not too bad. Looks to have gotten a nice run out of the final corner. What's he got? Goes quicker. Mac. Only a 10th off Binger. Binger 55.1. We could see a 54. Can we see a 54? That'd be an immense lap round here. Good Vibes and Kilroy neck and neck. Nobby right behind them. Wolfie improves the 10th. Kind of cemented 7th place there, but I'm sure Shauna will have something to say about that. And he does. Goes nearly a second quicker, puts himself into 4th position. I think Mac might have had a little moment down in the Dunlop curve there. I'm not sure, but we'll see if he can find this 1/10 of a second. Still got 5 minutes, so still got a couple of laps up his sleeve. Binger's right on his tail. Doesn't improve. Binger 55.0. So close to the 54. And now Mac has to find 2/10. Sniper didn't improve. What's Nobby got? Does not improve. Looks like, there's the camera up, looks like GT's back in the pit. Four minutes 20 to go. Wolfie will be coming across the line next. See if he can jump up. He's got to find 3/10 to knock Nobby off. Does not improve. The boss, half a second off Binger. Good Vibes needs 1/10 of a second to get into 4th position. Mac find 2/10 through the final chicane. And goes pole position. And Binger hits straight back with a 54.9. These blokes are duking it out. And that's all Binger's got. Looks like he's putting it in the pits with 3 minutes to go. Shauno, GT and Binger in the pits. Does Mac or the boss have an answer for the pole time? 54.9. Kilroy and Sniper, 2 1,000ths apart. Good Vibes goes quicker and puts himself into 4th. The Wolf needs to find 3/10. What's he got? Does not improve. The boss does not improve. Oh, come pretty close there to one another. It is quali. The driver in front does not have to yield. Can Mac find 1/10 of a second? Get his first pole for the year. Looks like the Wolf's heading back to the pits. He's done. Oh, runs a bit wide there by the looks of that. He's got time for one more lap. Can Scotty improve? 1/10 of a second to get to 6th. No, he can't. Nobby doesn't need much to gain a couple of positions. Doesn't improve. This'll be the final laps for these fellas. The boss needs to find 6/10 for pole. Rips it through the last chicane. What kind of a run does he get out of the final corner? Gets it in tight against the pit wall there. Doesn't improve, but he's off on another lap. Can Mac find a 10th? He's given up on that lap, so that'll be the end of his qualifying. Can Scotty jump a couple of fellas right at the death? Gets it in nice. On the power. Down to the line. Does he improve? Only by a 1/10 of a second. Nobby. What's his last lap been like? Jumps to 6th spot. Can Kilroy answer back? No, he can't. And that's it. We're done. Quali is done. That's your order for the race start. Binger 54.9. Mac a 1/10 behind that. 6/10 behind him, the boss. Good Vibes in 4th. Shauno 5th. Nobby 6th. Kilroy 7th. Scotty Sniper 8th. It's the Wolf 9th. And GT in 10th. It was an awesome battle there for the pole position. Top fellas went back and forward there. Awesome. All the cars lined up in the pit lane. She's a busy pit lane there in real life this weekend with the 24-hour on. Around the full circuit, the Nordschleife, however you want to pronounce that. So just be a couple of minutes. We'll head down onto the grid, formation lap, and then we'll go green and we'll be racing. 1 hour. No pit stop requirement. It's a pretty good effort. The entire field covered by 2.9 seconds. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, what's going on here? We don't seem to have any cars on the grid. There we are. Uh, 30 seconds. They'll be getting the call from Fabio, the crew chief, in their headsets. Boys fire up their cars, about to head out on their formation lap. Excuse me. See the drivers on the brakes, off the brakes, warming their tyres and brakes, getting ready for the green light. They'll come down the back straight. They'll get the call to go too wide. See them all starting to bunch up now. There it is. They've been given the call. Form up. Too wide. We're seconds away from going racing. We'll go through the final chicane onto the main straight. They come down towards the starter. There's boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. That one's for you, Urban. Green lights, and we're away. Round 2, Nurburgring, Octane Simracing Australia, and the field streams down into the heavy braking zone of the first turn. Will they all make it through there cleanly? The 3 wide. 3 wide at the back. And they do a great job. Everybody through safely. Oh, that was some tight quarters there with Good Vibes and the boss, but they're through safe. Probably take a lap or two for them all to settle down, find their groove, get their tyres up. Nobby runs a little wide. Could be coming under some pressure from Sean there. Binger pulling a little gap out in front. Sean gets Nobby. Just before the Schumacher S's there. I'm pretty sure these guys battled it out hard last week at Suzuka in exactly the same fashion. Sniper and the Wolf, close quarters, Kilroy and GT. See the field spreading out a little, but with an hour to go and no pit stops. Oh, big dive on the brakes. Does he get the position? Does he get the run up the hill? Scotty on Shauno. Shauno holds it in the inside. And looks like the Wolf might gain an advantage here too. No, Scotty comes across his bow. Nobby getting away a little as these three guys here, Shauno, Scotty, Sniper and the Wolf battle it out for 6th position. It's going to give Nobby a little bit of breathing space. And GT's got past Kilroy. Kilroy must have had a slight moment there somewhere. But this is the battle at the moment. Nobby skipping away a little. Binger out to a near 2-second lead, followed by Mac, the boss, Good Vibes, Nobby Nuts, who is catching Good Vibes, Sean, Scotty, Sniper, Wolf, GT, Kilroy. Kilroy's got past GT on the first turn. See if he can make some inroads on the drivers ahead of him. Up the front, these boys seem to have just settled into a rhythm. 55 minutes to go. There's no real need to put yourself in the wall or spin. They'll just be biding their time. The Wolf slowly catching Sniper there by the looks of that. And up in front, Nobby and Good Vibes are going to start battling over 4th position. The boss is making a bit of inroads on Mac. That's going to allow Binger to skip away. This is how he got last week's race. He's got out in front and put in consistent laps, and away he drove. Let's go on board with Nobby. Down the main straight. Heavy braking zone here, downhill. He has a look. Oh, and he sends it. Can he pull it up? No, he runs wide. Oh, do they glance each other? These boys are going at it. 53 minutes to go. They're not worried about their tyres. They're just going for it. We're on board with Good Vibes, looking out his rear window. The big Bentley hunting him down. He's having a look, thinks better of it. Oh, this is so close. They're inches apart. Oh, he loses. Oh, Nobby loses out a little in the chicane, but fights back. It's going to be a drag race down the main straight again, and this is bringing Shauno into it in the background there. As these guys battle it out, it just allows him to catch up slowly but surely. He's 2 seconds quicker that lap. This is going to be a three-way battle before too long. Nobby thinks better of it this time and just hangs in comfortably behind him. He's probably started to think about his tyres, and there's still 50 minutes to go, so... Definitely Sean catching up as these guys battle it out. Binger out to a 2-second lead, so he's not disappearing down the track. The boys are still in touch, but I would think they're just biding their time, these boys. They know how to win races, these three fellas at the front. And Max actually pulled some time on Binger there. A fair chunk. He might have had a little moment there somewhere. Back to this battle. Nobby versus Good Vibes. It's all over him. Sean's catching him up. Kilroy and the Wolf. Sniper's in the pits. And unfortunately for him, he must have had some damage somewhere. He's going to go a lap down. He pulls him behind the leaders. And Good Vibes, Nobby. Is Nobby going to send it again? Oh, he may have tagged the grass there a little, and Good Vibes defended nicely, not really giving him the space to send it. He seems a bit quicker in some of the braking zones, does Nobby, but this is just allowing Sean to catch him slowly but surely, probably looking after his tyres while doing it as well, I'd say. The boss just biding his time. And Kilroy is now caught up to the Wolf, and these guys are going to go at it. GT a fair way back, and unfortunately for Sniper, we've missed that somewhere. There's obviously damaged his car, or something's happened. And unfortunately for him, he's a lap down, so credit to him, he's continuing on, because With 48 minutes to go, anything can happen. The battle at the front. These boys are not letting Binger get away. They're with him. Oh, Mac gets squirrely, and the boss is through into second place. You can see Binger coming down into the heavy braking zone at turn 1. And Mac, beautiful braking, brakes really late. Kind of makes up a bit of ground there on the boss that he lost coming out of the last turn. Good Vibes still holding off Nobby. That's for 4th place. Sean is only a... Oh, Nobby gets squirrely there on the throttle. And Sean's not that far behind these fellas. Seems to have lost a little bit of ground there in the last lap or so. And the Wolf seems to have fended off Kilroy. He's having a great race up into 7th spot. GT running on his own. And poor old Scotty, well, as we said before, he's had to make a unscheduled pit stop, it would seem, and unfortunately finds himself a lap down. See, Binger's pulled out a bit of time here on these fellas. Oh, the boss runs wide, and Mac is in there. Pulls it up. It doesn't gain a lot. It looked as though he kind of outbraked himself into the final corner there, and well, we'll see what happens down here. The McLaren's good on the brakes. Draws up right on him. Let's go on board with Mac. He chases Boss and his Lambo down, and Binger's not that far up the road. And it looks as though Nobby has overtaken Good Vibes as well. While we watch this battle. See, the McLaren's definitely better on the brakes than the Lambo. He gains time, but then the acceleration of the Lambo just sort of leaves him where he's at. I dare say he's just going to sit back for a few laps here and bide his time, try and force a mistake, get in the mirrors of the boss and try and rattle his cage a little. And Binger is not that far up the road. These boys could be catching him a little. Nobby has cleared Good Vibes and is heading off down the road. And Shauno seems to have good vibes in his sights as well. Runs a little wide. That could be a track cut warning. Go on board with Kilroy. He's chasing the wolf down. Oh, he runs wide, gets a wheel in the sand, and that's going to give the wolf a bit of breathing space. Binger out in front, 9 laps down, 42 minutes to go. And the boss and Mac in hot pursuit, not far off him at all. He's got a bit of a gap now on Hopes, give him a bit of breathing room. And it looks as though Sean could be catching good vibes. No, not that much. He's absolutely, actually, it's probably the opposite. He seems to have lost a little time from the last lap. Wolfie and Kilroy in hot pursuit of the Wolfman. That Nissan is fast in a straight line, but then the big old Bentley, it's no slouch either. Kilroy draws right up onto his bumper. Will he be thinking about a move down into the Dunlop curve? Let's wait and see. He's a fair way back. Oh, and the Wolf runs wide, and Kilroy's through. Great awareness there by the Wolf. He just decided to keep it wide and let Kilroy through, knowing that if he probably forced the issue, they may have come together. I'm sure it won't be long. He'll recover, and he'll be back on Kilroy's tail. Back in the Bentley this season, the Wolf, and got a new setup, new rig, and he has definitely improved immensely from the last couple of seasons. GT. And unfortunately for Scotty, he's holding his own, but he's a lap down. And he is in between Knobby Nuts and Good Vibes, so it's unfortunate for him that he had to make an unscheduled pit stop. Go back to the leaders. Binger has pulled out a bit of a lead on these guys now. He must be right in his groove. 10 laps in, tyres are up. 3.2 seconds ahead. The boss and Mac have just decided that they're going to sit here for a while and just count down some laps and a bit of time, I'd imagine. There's still more to come from this battle. I'm almost certain of it towards the end of the race. Great driving there by Sniper. He realises he's a lap down, lets the faster car through. Picked his spot. Perfect timing. Great racing. Mac has made it past the boss. Let's go on board with the boss. These boys have swapped positions a number of times already, and with 36 minutes to go, I would hazard a guess they'll swap a couple more times. See Binger up ahead there. He's not driving away like last week, but these guys battling backwards and forwards have certainly given him a bit of a buffer and taken the pressure off him enough that he can just put in some consistent laps, save a bit of tyre, and not do anything too overboard. Our leader out in front, 3.3 seconds. Nobby seems to have gapped good vibes now. Sean running consistently in 6th, and Kilroy making inroads. I know. Is that Sniper behind him? It is. The Sniper's now been passed by these 3 drivers. The Wolf's still in touch with Kilroy. He's having a great race. Let's go on board with Wolfie and see if he can pull a bit of time out of Kilroy. Definitely looks to be catching him. Gets through the stadium section there beautifully, and he's gaining. And he'll just bide his time. He sees an opportunity. I'm sure he'll go for it. 33 minutes left. But the Nissan's super quick down the straights. Wolfie making all his time on braking and exit. Oh, right on the edge. Dips a wheel in the sand. That's going to take a bit of pressure off Kilroy just for a minute. Kilroy runs wide in the next turn. Wolfie's going to be all over him here. Goes in a bit deep on the brakes. He's going to lose a bit of ground there. Runs wide. That could be a track cut warning. Stays in touch with Kilroy. Loses a bit of ground on the exit of the stadium section. On board with your leader. Dips a wheel, but he can kind of afford that at a 3.4 second lead out in front. Go across the line with half the race to go. 15 laps in. Mac can still see him. He's still in touch. Anything can happen. The boss has kind of dropped off a little. Maybe the tyres in the big Lambo are suffering. Kilroy's in the pits as well. As he had a moment, his steering wheel looks a little dodgy. We won't know until the after the race and we find out what's exactly going on. Well, that's unfortunate. That's going to leave the Wolf out in 7th all by himself. See Sean and a couple other cars down in the Dunlop curve there that might spur him on. Good vibes up through the Schumacher S's. Shauno hot on his heels. Max has put in a great lap because he's taken nearly a second out of Binger. A lot closer than the last time by. That puts GT into 8th. He's having a good race too. He's just running his laps, staying out of trouble. Hasn't had to pit. Max taking another few tenths out of Binger that last lap. He's definitely catching him at this stage of the race. Definitely catching him. And the Wolf's in the pits. Oh, it could be a case of tyres. The boys have flogged the tyres out and need a new set to get to the end of the race. Will Wolf hold his position? GT's could end up in 7th here. He sure is. There he goes past the pits. That'll put him into 7th. Go back to the front. Mac is not letting go of Binger. It could come down to the wire this race for the win. The boss has kind of dropped off a little here now. Nobby's out in clear air all by himself. Good Vibes 5th. Shauno in 6th and could be catching Good Vibes. GT into 7th. This could be one of his best results if he can keep his nose clean till the end. He could be our driver of the day. The Wolf unfortunately having to pit, and that's put Kilroy right back on his tail. Wolf seems to have pulled a little gap there at the moment. Unsure if he put on a new set of tyres or fixed some damage. Unsure. I didn't see him have an incident at all, but... And Mac is catching Binger. Gap was nearly out to 4 seconds at one stage of the race. 22 minutes to go. He's not far off Binger at all. You can see from that shot there, Mac is catching him. Good Vibe seems to have consolidated his fifth position, as is Nobby in fourth. Can Shauno make some inroads on Good Vibes of the last 20 minutes of the race? Get himself a top 5. GT in 7th, with not much pressure and plenty of fresh air around him. Could be one of his best results in OSA, definitely looking like a driver of the day. Keeps his nose clean. Mac down to 1.7 seconds. Closing the gap. The boss seems to have resigned himself to third place. He'll take the podium if he keeps his nose clean. He's 18 seconds ahead of... about 18 seconds ahead of Nobby, so no pressure coming from the rear. Binger just ekes out another little bit of time there. It looks as though Shauno's catching Good Vibes. They could go at it for fifth spot coming down to the end of the race. The Wolf seems to be holding his own against Kilroy. See Mac in the background there, he's down to 1.9. He's lost a couple of tenths, but it's not much. Sean's still in pursuit of good vibes. Running out of time. Wolf seems to have consolidated his 8th position. Boss has lost another second. I think he's just circulating now. He realises he's got a podium finish here if he keeps his nose clean and just runs to the end without incident. Here's our leaders. How close is Mac this time by? 1.6 seconds. He's bringing it down. He's bringing it down 1/10 of a second at a time. Will he have anything for Binger at the end of the race? Go on board with Mac and see if he can make any visible inroads into Binger's lead. Looks like we could be coming up onto lap traffic here. That could play into Mac's hands and just allow him to get close enough to put on some more pressure. Definitely looks like a red Nissan up front there in front of Binger. Kilroy will be aware of that and don't think he'll give him too much trouble, but depends what part of the track they actually catch him on as to how that pans out. Puff of dust, Binger dropped a wheel there. Where are they going to catch this lap traffic? See the gap has visibly come down there through that section of the track. Oh, Binger runs a little wide. Loses some time through the S's there. A little bit of understeer by the looks of things. But it hasn't hurt him too much. They catch this lap traffic up in the chicane. That could bring him right onto Binger's back bumper. I dare say Kilroy knows they're coming and possibly could pull over on the main straight here and just let them go. That's the kind of racer he is. Very aware, yeah, there you go. He's very aware of where he's at and who's around him. This may actually hurt Mac's chase a bit. does the right thing, gets out of the way. Well done, Kilroy. Some ace driving, mate. Great awareness. Mac is definitely going to be on Binger's tail coming to the end, closing stages of this race. Boss still sitting in third comfortably. Nobby fourth, pretty comfortable. On board with good vibes. Pretty sure that's Nobby up in front of him. Shauno can definitely see good vibes, so you never know what's going to happen there. And on board with GT, just over 10 minutes to go. Look, he's looking like he's going to get his best result. He's got to keep his nose clean. Because the boss is not, it's the Wolf is not that far behind. You can see GT there now, so 10 minutes to go, they could be down to the wire. Battle up front. Will Mac have anything left in that McLaren to push for a victory over Binger? 10 minutes to find out. Binger was the class of the field last week in Japan and drove away from the field, but it's not the case this week. Binger will definitely be able to see Mac in his rear vision mirror. If he can get up there a bit closer and put him under some pressure, anything could happen. Stay with this and see if Mac can close that gap. Mac was faster that lap by a significant margin, a few tenths. This is shaping up to be a grandstand finish for these two drivers for the victory. Nobby's having a solid drive tonight. A few early stoushes and found himself in fourth, and he's been there now just cycling around. It will not harm his championship at all, his championship run. Now defending champion running in fifth. See the Bentley, but just can't quite bridge the gap. see Sean in the background there. Similar problems. He's within sight, but the tyres would be well and truly second hand by now. GT, our possible driver of the day, his best result, looking like he can keep his nose clean for 7 more minutes. He's definitely a shoo-in for that award. Binger and Mac. Mac has it down to nearly half a second. With lap traffic coming up, let's go on board with Mac. Binger is definitely under pressure now with 6 minutes to go. Coming up to lap traffic, runs a bit wide. This is going down to the wire for the victory. These boys are going to go at it. Wolfie will know they're coming too. He'll definitely pick his place. Would expect he'll move out of the way and let these boys go for the win. Oh, Mac draws right up onto Binger through the S's. Is he going to put on a move? He's thinking about it, but backs out. Finds the apex just a little better than Binger that time round. And they're going to catch lap traffic in the chicane. This is going to bring him right up to the back of Binger. I would say Wolfie will pull to the right-hand side here on the main straight and let him go. And he does so. Clean driving, beautiful driving, Wolfie. Knew exactly what was coming, where they were at, and these boys are off. It's on. 5 minutes to go. It's anyone's race. Mac getting in his mirrors, letting him know he's there and he wants this win. Oh, Binger runs a bit wide on exit. Where will he make his move? Or will he make it? This lap, he's running out of time. Doesn't get the best of runs out of there, but neither did Binger. Definitely seems to have the pace, but it's catching's one thing, passing's another. Runs a little wide. These boys will be sweating. He definitely seems to have the pace on Binger. Can he push for his first victory of this season? We're down to the final 2 laps, I'd say. These boys have got 2 laps. Can Mac find his way past? Will he have a look into the first turn down here? Let's see. They're running identical lap times. He thinks about it, Binger will be feeling the pressure. Mac's got him under intense pressure for the win. 3 minutes left. Oh, catches it nicely. You see the wheels seesawing backwards and forwards there. He's right on the limit. Tyres be shot. Low fuel. After an hour of racing, it's going to come down to these final 2 laps. Well, look out the back of Binger's car. This is for the win. This is going to be the final lap. Has Mac got one more move left in him? Will he send it in the first turn? That's probably going to be his best place to get it done, I'd say. Oh, and he looks like he's got the run. Will he send it this time round? It's the final lap. Gloves are off. He has a look, but can't outbrake Binger's Audi. He's all over him. What an epic way to finish an hour-long race. It's not over yet. It's the final lap. Can Mac find a move in the next 3/4 of a lap to take his first victory for the season? Or will Binger hold him off and make it 2 from 2? Binger seemed to get a good run out of that section of the track, and Mac is not as close as he was previous laps. He's running out of time. They're through the Schumacher S's, and he gets a good run up there. He's going to be all over him for the final portion of the lap. Oh, and he runs wide. That could be it. That could be it right there. He's obviously pushing his car to the limit. Up into the chicane for the final time. I don't think Mac has anything for him, and Binger's going to make it 2 from 2. Drag race to the finish line. What a race. Binger takes the win with Mac right on his tail. What a race, fellas. What a race. The boss is going to come home in 3rd. Great podium finish there for the boss. Looks like Nobby's comfortably going to take 4th position. Sean is visually closer, but I think Good Vibes is going to take the final spot in the top 5. Comes across the line, top 5, Sean 6, Wolfie in 7th, GT in the pits. He was in 7th position at one stage. And that's race done. You can see our three podium getters there joining the chat. Well, that's 2 from 2, Binger.
Whoa, fucking Mac made me earn it then.
Mac made you earn that one, mate.
Oh.
I was yelling at the top of my voice towards the end there, and chased you down 4 seconds there at one stage.
He did, mate, yeah.
And we're wondering when he was going to make a move, but you managed to hold him off.
Oh, I had to fend him off once there. My tyres were absolutely rat shit the last 5 laps, and I saw him coming. I thought, oh no, here we go. But the sportsman he is, mate, he didn't do anything stupid.
No, definitely.
No,
we could
race fucking fair.
Yeah, I was wondering there. I even called
battle.
it. Is he going to send it on the last lap? Gloves are off,
yeah.
But
I think coming out of Schumacher there, he just lost the back end maybe a little bit and gave me enough gap down the straight. I thought he might have got me into the last corner, and I just had enough rear tyres to get a bit of punch out of there.
Well done, mate. That's
I'm sweating.
A great way to kick your campaign off with 2 wins from two races with 2 pole positions. So well done to you, mate. Great racing.
Thanks, mate.
Mac, what can I say, mate? You run him down 4 seconds, and we're on the edge of our seats waiting for you to pull a last lap move. But obviously, you erred on the side of caution. And mate, what a great race. Tell us a bit about it.
Green light. Go, go, go.
No worries. Well, it's good to have you back racing with us, mate, and an awesome effort there. Plenty of excitement, especially in the beginning with the boss. That's right. We're trading little mistakes there and letting each other pass and then get back by. And well done, mate. Great podium.
Well done, Mac.
And we'll see you at Imola. Boss. Pretty easy podium position there in the end. You just sort of seemed to sit back and bide your time once all the action was done with Mac. Kept your nose clean and ended up on the podium, mate. Tell us a bit about it.
It's just it started off well, and it's me and Mac. I think we did have very similar pace, but it's just when the tyres started to go on that car, I just couldn't keep. I just didn't have the pace much anymore.
Yeah, the Lambo seemed to chew through them pretty quick after sort of about half race distance. Did you find that?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. I was really struggling with it. It's just all over the place. But
well, mate, a good result. Good result, nonetheless. Got yourself on the podium and a swag of points there to move forward in the championship. So well done to you, mate. And we'll see you real soon.
Yeah, great race, boss.
All right, now driver of the day who actually had to make a pit stop and end up clawing his way back to 7th spot. The Wolf, well done, bro.
Hello.
That was unbelievable.
Hello, lads. Yeah, me and Killer.
Well done, Wolf.
Thank you. Me and Kilroy and for a little while GTB were mucking about there, but I was sitting on Kilroy and he made a mistake and I got by him, and then he just kept coming after me. He got by me again because he blowtorched me and I come unstuck, and then he jumped into the pits and I gave it 2 laps. and I had the worst in-lap that you could possibly have. Threw some new tyres on, and the old Bentley just felt great on the second stint of tyres, and off I went. I managed to catch up to GTB and blowtorched him. He made a mistake and came off, and I'm just and then Bigger and Mac were coming up on me, and I kept watching at how far behind me Kilroy was, and I just had to make sure that I let the two boys through that were racing real tight and not let Kilroy catch up to me. But yeah, thank you very much. It was good fun. I really enjoyed that.
Some great racing, some great awareness by the backmarkers tonight. We seen a bit of you and Kilroy going for it. And at one stage, I might have give GT a bit of the commentator's curse, because I called him with about 7 minutes to go. If he could keep his nose clean, he was a shoo-in for the driver of the day. Being in 7th spot, it would have been one of his best finishes in our league. So,
well, it's one of those things. I caught him quite quickly. I just couldn't figure out how to get around him, and then he came unstuck. So, just sheer luck. Really.
Yeah, we missed that one on stream.
Much,
so you got our driver of the day for
lovely. Thank you.
Having pitted and gained yourself a good result. So well done, mate.
I'm very happy about that. We'll see you at Imola, I guess.
No worries at all. All right, boys. Well, that's round 2 done. Congratulations to the podium, driver of the day, and everyone else who raced. We got a week off next week, and then we're off to Imola. So thanks for tuning into the stream. We had an amazing following last week, and appreciate everybody viewing and watching these guys. They put on another great show. And from OG up in the commentary box, it's see you later and catch you next time.